Welcome back to my lovely IHP community and the 5D Collective, all of those who are ready to live spiritual self-help, mindfulness, and mindfully. So whether you are into love and life spiritually or mindfully, it's always going to be the 5D way, at least here at IHP. So it's unconditionally loving Christ consciousness. We've been talking a bit about that. And a healthy other is who makes a good life partner and knows about true love. Why? Well, because they know their self and they can love themselves first of all. So they have secure attachment and all their child parts are uncharged. As our lovely Sadhguru shares, in the end, who you are is what will manifest in the world. And so we have some people, they don't want to navigate the 5D frequency, which is one that involves, again, forgiveness, Christ consciousness. You don't have to be of Christ, but the forgiveness has been brought to us with Christ consciousness and oneness consciousness. This is called the one integrated brain, is how I'm going to bring it to you. I'm attachment trauma informed. So when I hear about true love from Stephen Porges, he shares with me how it's in a biochemistry of love when my body is in my ventral vagal state, my rest rejuvenate, when I am secure to be Maria, always, not just sometimes. So having an open cosmic heart, that lovely generous heart that we've talked about the last week, has been settling in the 5D frequency of those who are harmonized as their own divine feminine, divine masculine. So you have no shield. You're not doing the facade thing. I need a shield, not a shield. You speak who you are authentically to all of those who are out there. So you're easily always going to be yourself. You don't talk about firm, healthy boundaries. You have them. That's why when people are not playful, well, and they don't want to hug, we know what's happening. We're going to use, where are they? Right here. They don't own their fate or their destiny because we got a facade in the forefront. And so they feel that misunderstandings are a very big deal and that there's no way to repair or something like that. Or basically the adoptive child of any person. So when you have a facade, you're going to have the, I'm going to prove that I'm right, you're wrong. I'm going to control the conversation, make it all about myself, the unbridled self-expression. I will retaliate, meaning I'll get upset and start to name call you. For all we know, the whole devil, demons, evils, depends. Ridicule, it's the low self-esteem, indirect communicators, passive-aggressive. They don't know healthy boundaries, talking. So they might say, that's an energy vampire. She's a mystic. You know what? I bet she did a spell on you or something like that. People who do that, they're all into the 4D frequency, 3D frequency, and, well, they have the superhero gloves and all that. So they make it into, you lose people as you expand. The 5D, we expand ourselves as we expand, and we have more oversoul members, not less. So it's not misunderstandings, it's recalibrate, and it's not hard to do emotions or to be ourselves. So we consistently get to be more of ourselves thanks to being people who have chosen our destiny, because you own your mind and your heart and your body. So the quest is, use your human name. Your instinct is twofold because you know that you have the first 3 years of your life and your child parts with you. So what has come with you will carry on, and you get to be mindfully aware of your emotional and mental plane. And with that mindful awareness, you self-calibrate while you're self-attuning and self-regulating and staying in your ventral vagal state. So my perception comes from my heart, my mind. I'm in the presence of dealing with that, which is a decision, because unknowns, uncertainties, people. Okay, so I access my divine feminine completely, and as a divine feminine, I know all about inner nurture and outer nurture, and I freely learn to keep expressing my flaws and imperfections, my whole self as Maria, whatever age I am at this point, however many years it took you to get here. I've been doing it since I was a teenager, which is why it feels like repetition. Be yourself. It's not show yourself, it's just be yourself. But now I know why some people will never be their self, because they will be the human suffering love narrative of their self, you see. While I know you can be the human love narrative of yourself, but I know you have the free will choice to choose to say yes to love or say yes to unfaced fears and lead with those facades. So integrity is co-creating with a ventral vagal state nervous system. So that voice, for me, it is with spirit. God told me you're my brothers and sisters. Humbleness. Jesus told me to forgive. You don't know. Attachment trauma experts inform me of that. So my right use of power is equanimity. It's Pacha. And when we meet Cuscos, they're not healthy other. they will make those characterological distinctions and judgments. And so that's when you know you're going to have a person who doesn't believe in humanity as a whole, and they will, in fact, not appreciate that you believe open-heartedly in our entire human species and beyond, with universal love and the galaxy and beyond, which is why I say, you're stupid, you know that? How dare you talk about us moving into expansion? So we leave it alone. We're grateful for the experience to be able and maintain our own equanimity and to recover nothing more than a beautiful moment shared with people. So when people are not their functional adults, and that / inner child adult who doesn't know how to have a interaction that will be playful, okay? So again, when we are brought forth, I get to decide, do I want you as my soul contract forever? So here's why twin flame and flames are not tragedy, because it will be the same. I present to you unconditional love. I'm equanimous, I'm pursuing inner growth, I have self-worth, I love enlightening, and I love enlightenment. Do you want in? I can show you a whole new world. I unconditionally love you. When people don't unconditionally love their self, by the way, you will notice that they will not take that step forward, and this is where they don't choose it consciously. The attachment trauma experts inform you of how, if a person's not ready to discover the depth of their emotional plane, it's because they will be overwhelmed by it. So they don't own their fate, and they don't own their destiny yet, and they're not on a quest of their inner self. They're directed by their instinct, but it's not twofold. It will make them make a distorted ego self-judgment, and that decision will not be from their divine feminine or their free will. That's why Robert Sapolsky's determined is very important, because they're not yet integrity. No, they have lost their compass. They didn't get it back. Until you get your inner child reparented and you're your adult self, you didn't get back home to your true nature, which is a restored embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating person. As the attachment trauma educators that I learned from, that say we all have human goodness, kindness. We have the other stuff, the badness, if you want to call it that, but it's the unkindness that comes from a modulated, dysregulated embodiment. And the people who are facades, they're continuing to carry around their charges, and they use them and they project them against each other. And they even say that they're co-creating with spirit, some of them. So they're not making the use of their power in the way of, let me use my forgiving tone. No, in fact, they will tell you all about how they, let me see, where's my cards, how they are doing what is right. But in the meantime, it's a superhero, supervillain, and they're following Peter Pan's, and it's going to be divisive. In fact, they use words like Lucifer and devils and demons, and so that's not a healthy other. They will make a characterological distinction of a borderline personality who's healing when they fall back, and they will judge instead of understanding that it takes time. Healthy people, we understand it takes time, and we know with attachment trauma information and good experts like Dr. Daniel Fox that any person who is healing will be able to continue their healing journey because they've chosen to get out of the maladaptive patterns, drugs, fucking, drinking, whatever it is, but they also have these highs and lows, these moods, so they learn their emotional buttons and their triggers. They learn to become mindfully aware of their emotional plane and mental, and to learn how to harness and work with their inner world. They learn that they don't own a sense of self yet, and that they can own it in time. And a healthy other will be a life partner for a person like that, because they won't be saying, I'm going to use your issue against you and say you're a bad person, and add to that inner critic that you already have for your own family, from your own home, because anybody who has mistrust of humanity will have had something horrible or not horrible. It'll be a trust break, a trauma. So anybody who mistrusts humanity, in fact, I know that they still have a trust break. So their heart was broken somewhere. They didn't hug it out and get playful and say, I get to expand me, I get to keep being me. No, they said, I'm shielding my heart because I got brokenhearted, and I don't be generous with all people. I have conditions. And no, I don't want to be in my ventral vagal state with all people. I choose to not be a secure attachment version of myself that is a functional adult with all people. I don't choose Christ consciousness, forgiveness, for real, and I walk a walk and talk a talk. Okay, so we have two groups again, not better, not worse, but a healthy other is a person who instead knows how to do this while sharing with you, here are my healthy, firm boundaries, I have parameters, and we continue having fun together. And that's really it for the true love bit. It's, again, a person who doesn't stop loving. We love more. All we want, all I ever wanted in any time that I have had misunderstandings is a hug. If, on the other hand, those misunderstandings are pretty clear that they can't be a match, I'll just accept we're different to the point of where we can't come together because we're not able to feel that we are expressing who we are. So if I can't be Maria, then I can't be around you because I'm not going to have fun anymore. I'm going to be, no, I'm not. I'm not going to be there. I can't be my authentic self. You don't let me speak. You don't let me be open-hearted, meaning that we're not interacting in a way that's fun. So it's going to be clear when you have the healthy other because they're going to want to keep playing and they want to keep hugging and talking, by the way. So it is a very beautiful journey for the 5D collective. The 4D and 3D, I'm going to say they chose, they still have time to get out of the human suffering love narrative. So I accept defeat as a divine feminine who knows about my divine masculine and that I got to choose love. And so do you. And some, they don't want it yet. And maybe they never will. We won't lose hope. We won't lose faith. We'll keep going. If they want love, they know where to find us. And if they don't, they know where the facades are. There's a Zen master out there for those with laundry. So we'll be back again with more. Thank you for stopping by. Have a great day.